Right now, an open house at a local school for students with dyslexia got a visit from a Badger volleyball player who also has the condition. Hear what she had to say. Plus, local contractors showcase their services at an annual Build and Remodel Expo. We take you there. And the second annual dance festival, For a Cause, brought together dancers of all backgrounds this weekend, with some looking to take the next leap in their careers. That's all coming up at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. We've got a largely dry week coming up here in southern Wisconsin. For more on that, let's send it to meteorologist Jacob Montesano, who's out there on the weather patio with our first one forecast. Jacob, how's it feeling out there?
Conditions are actually pretty comfortable. You know, we're not really dealing with a lot of wind, and so the actual temperatures, which are certainly cold, but they don't feel any colder than what they actually are. Let's take a look outside. The Capitol is much clearer tonight compared to last night. A lot of that had to do with not just the fog, but also some low-level clouds. And the temperatures are a bit colder. We're still seeing complete cloud cover, but we are expected to see some breaks in the clouds, and that will continue forward tomorrow, where we actually may see some sunshine for our first time in what feels like several days. Now, here's a look at the current visibility. The western half of our area will still deal with fog tonight. Right now, we're seeing visibilities down to around 4 miles in Mineral Point, but closer to a half mile when you get closer to La Crosse. And there's a dense fog advisory in effect for Grant, Crawford, and Richland County from now until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. The rest of our area will still see some fog, but not as bad as it will be for the western regions. Now, here's a look at the current temperatures. A lot of our area in the lower 30s, kind of below freezing, and we do expect to see the temperatures drop into the 20s tonight. But I'll have a full forecast in your upcoming week that does look to be very calm. I'll have those details coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. A Wisconsin volleyball player visited an open house at the Feller School in Madison today, a school that focuses on students who have dyslexia. Our Catherine Merck shows us how this player telling students that they can find success even if they struggle in school.
A Wisconsin volleyball player is telling students in Madison with dyslexia that they can make it their superpower, just like she did.
If I talk to people now, if I didn't tell them I was dyslexic, they would never know.
Wisconsin volleyball player Jocelyn Bauer has reached a lot of success, especially lacing up as a libero for the Badgers.
Ended up making it to the Final Four in Tampa, which was so fun.
She says reaching her goals wasn't always easy. Jocelyn was young when she found out she had dyslexia.
Math, reading, learning, everything was difficult and challenging.
On Sunday, Jocelyn spoke with students at the Feller School in Madison. Their founder says their mission is to help students struggling to learn to read and write.
There are so many kids out there that are undiagnosed and are struggling and feel really, really sad at school and don't want to go to school and are very frustrated and think that they're dumb, but they're not. They just need to be taught explicitly and systematically. 1 in 5 students struggle to read. Teachers at the Feller School say it takes a lot of effort to be able to conquer dyslexia, but it teaches them something in return. Her superpower being work ethic, right? As one of those students, Jocelyn wants the young ones at Feller School to know she's been in their shoes.
I'm hoping to just bring awareness to this, and hopefully more schools like this will open, and I'm super excited to talk to the kids and give them someone that they can look up to and say, if she did it, I can do it too.
The Feller School is looking for more students to enroll here. You can find more information on our website right now at channel3000.com. Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
This weekend, Madisonians had the opportunity to be a part of history by signing the new roof of the Royal Thai Pavilion. The structure was erected over 2 decades ago at Obert Gardens, and ever since then, it has been a symbol of international friendship at a time when the U.S. was experiencing turmoil and uncertainty. Just days after the September 11th attacks, members of the community joined at Obert Gardens to write messages of peace and hope. This inspired the Obert Gardens to welcome visitors this weekend to write messages on the tiles used to construct the new roof. If you're building a perfect home and one that you've always dreamed of, or if you'd like to spruce up your current home, the Build and Remodel Expo was the place to be. The Madison Area Builders Association and the Madison chapter of the National Association of the Remodeling Industry hosted the second annual Build and Remodel Expo, which is sponsored by James Hardy. It took place for the entire weekend at Madison Marriott West at the Convention Center.
We're 100 exhibitors, and we have all different kind of trades in the residential industry for construction or remodeling.
Local professionals were on site and covered every aspect of home building and remodeling. Major sponsors include Wisconsin Building Supply and Universal Windows Direct. The second annual dance festival for a cause was held at Verona Area High School this weekend. Local dance students were able to take master classes, perform, and network with other dancers, as well as with colleges and their dance programs. It was organized by Madison Contemporary Dance with the goal of bringing people from diverse backgrounds together. A key motivation behind the festival is to make dance more accessible.
This is our second year doing it, and I feel like it's going very, very well. We have more people this year than last year. We have about 3 times as many scholarships to give out than we did last year, so that's very exciting. And
funds raised from the festival will go toward Madison Contemporary Dance's outreach program, and scholarships were given to some participating dancers. This week, Republicans rolled out a new tax proposal that makes sweeping changes to the state's tax code. One key component of the bill is the inclusion of tax breaks for retirees in Wisconsin. On this week's edition of For the Record, our political reporter Will Keneally spoke with Anand Seshrati, the co-director of the Center for Research on the Wisconsin Economy at UW-Madison. He explained why retirees are a notable group with regards to tax legislation.
So retirees are kind of an interesting group because at a fundamental level, they don't draw on very much in terms of state public subsidies because a lot of what they need is provided for by the federal government. And so they're an attractive group to try and retain in the state of Wisconsin and attract to the state of Wisconsin.
The bill would also rearrange the state's tax brackets instead of lumping people making between $28,000 and $315,000 in one bracket, moving anyone making less than $112,000 and moving them to a lower bracket. With Donald Trump inching even closer to the Republican nomination, President Joe Biden is aiming his position and attacks towards Trump. This as he is also focused on legislation regarding the southern border. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports.
In South Carolina Saturday, President Biden visited a barbershop and in a preview of what could be the longest general election campaign in history, gave a razor-sharp criticism of former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, when he was commander-in-chief, refused to visit a cemetery, U.S. cemetery outside of Paris for fallen American soldiers. And he referred to those heroes, and I quote, as suckers and losers. He actually said that. He said that. How dare he say that? The only loser I see is Donald Trump.
In Nevada, Trump spoke at a rally and also looked ahead to November.
And this November, we're going to win the swing state of Nevada. You ever think of it as a swing state?
With immigration a key issue in the campaign, Trump is pushing Republicans in Congress to dump a bipartisan border bill that President Biden wants.
I'd rather have no bill than a bad bill.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly.
The bill is likely dead on arrival in the House, but some Senate Republicans say they won't get a better deal.
This is the most leverage I've seen Republicans have.
Meanwhile, Trump's challenger for the GOP nomination, Nikki Haley, is campaigning in her home state of South Carolina, but she trails Trump in the polls there, and more Republican leaders are lining up behind the former president, with November still a long ways away. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
South Carolina's Republican primary is a month away, but Nevada's voters will weigh in next week. There will be a caucus and a primary, but the results are a foregone conclusion. The GOP has already said it will award delegates only to the winner of the caucus, and Trump is the only candidate registered for that contest. President Biden says the United States will respond to the drone attack earlier today that killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan. The president made his remarks as he addressed congregants at Brooklyn Baptist Church in Columbia, South Carolina today.
We had a tough day last night in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls in an attack on one of our bases.
Yes.
And I'd ask you for a moment of silence for all 3 of those fallen soldiers.
Jesus.
The attack also wounded more than 30 U.S. service members. Officials say Iran-backed militants carried out the attack, and it appears it was launched from Syria. This is the first time U.S. troops have died in the Middle East since the beginning of Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza, and its significant escalation of tensions in the region. House Republicans today released 2 articles of impeachment against Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The allegations say the cabinet secretary committed high crimes and misdemeanors. The first article charges Mayorkas with willful and systemic refusal to comply with the law. House Republicans allege in the second article that Mayorkas has breached the public trust by allegedly making false statements. The Homeland Security Committee will meet Tuesday to mark up the articles. The top Democrat on the committee, Representative Benny Thompson, pushed back against accusations, saying, quote, "What is glaringly missing from these articles is any real charge or even a shred of evidence." Coming up next, after a recall about a portable blender model, Consumer Reports puts the fixed version on the test. Find out how well it works.
Enjoy Buckin' Honeys before, during, or after the big game. Buckin' Honeys restaurants voted Best of Madison and celebrating Wisconsin hospitality in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, and new in Mount Horeb.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Miss Pac-Man, the new $3 instant scratch game based on the classic arcade game. Scratch each start position in the grid and follow the directions of the symbols. If your path runs into a bonus symbol or ends at a prize spot, you could win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Right now, get 4.99% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota RAV4, Corolla, Highlander, Tundra, or Crown. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Monsters of Destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Redneck Rampage against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and the Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning now on new resealable deluxe mixed nuts or whole cashews, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. And 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cow litter, 2 for $14. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
Baby, you busting them up.
Charlie Wilson is a Jennifer Hudson Show fan, baby. And he hits us with a classic.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Nearly 5 million popular portable blenders were recently recalled because of potential serious safety issues. Now, Consumer Reports puts the newly designed replacement to the test and offers some advice for blender buyers before making a purchase.
This model of the BlendJet 2, introduced in 2020, was among the most popular portable blenders on the market, with the brand garnering hundreds of thousands of followers on social media. But now it's being recalled because of reports of broken blades, something Consumer Reports testers experienced during an ice crushing test. Consumers also reported melting charging wires and a battery that caught fire.
Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled blenders and contact BlendJet for a free replacement base.
If you own a BlendJet 2, check for serial numbers beginning with 4 digits between 5201 and 5542. If your model was recalled, BlendJet will send you a replacement base with thicker blades and better electronics. CR performed the same ice crushing test on the redesigned model, and it passed. They're already being sold in stores and have a serial number on the base that begins with 5543 or higher. Consumer Reports has more than 30 personal blenders from 18 companies in its ratings. While not quite as portable as the BlendJet, these models from GE and Ninja are both actually full-size blenders with personal attachments. The GE crushed CR's frozen drink, puree, and durability tests with ease, and it's easy to use and clean. This Ninja also earned impressive scores in the frozen drink and durability tests. This is Marcy Whalen.
One thing to keep in mind if you're making large batches of soup or frozen drinks, you'll want the full power of a full-size blender. Microsoft co-founder and philanthropist Bill Gates has said he no longer wants to be one of the world's richest people. Speaking to CNN's Fareed Zakaria this morning, Gates says he's working his way down the list of the world's richest people and will be proud when he falls off the list altogether.
You intend to in your lifetime?
Certainly, at our $9 billion rate over the next 20 years, all this money, which is both from Warren Buffett and from Melinda and I, the money will be spent. And, you know, I'm excited that it has so much impact. I'm excited that we bring partners in. We can't do it ourselves.
Gates' net worth, according to Forbes 400 list from 2023, is $111 billion, putting him in 6th place on that list. Well, it was a quiet weekend at the box office, though one action star did his best to shake things up. David Daniel has early estimates of the top 5 films in theaters.
Let's just tell everyone we're together.
What?
Anyone But You took 5th place with $4.8 million. In 4th, Migration made $5.2 million, crossing the $100 million mark in domestic box office. Wonka held steady in 3rd place, earning $5.9 million for a domestic total of $195 million.
Are you okay in there?
Mean Girls couldn't quite manage a three-peat, falling to 2nd place on ticket sales of $7.3 million.
It seems we had a disgruntled customer.
After 2 weekends in 2nd, the Jason Statham action flick The Beekeeper rose to the top, taking the crown with $7.4 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Now let's get a look at your First One forecast with Jacob Madison.
Thanks, Jalen. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the upcoming week. We are going to see some fog tonight, pretty light fog, not going to be as bad as the last few nights. And temperatures are also going to remain mild in comparison to what the normal high is for this time of year. Still going to be a little cold. And we also are going to see some pretty dry conditions going forward. Not expect to see a lot of precipitation really at all. Now tonight we are going to see a little bit of fog, especially for the western portion of our area. There's a dense fog advisory in effect for Grant, Crawford, and Richland counties until 9 a.m. Also a few counties up near La Crosse and a lot of areas in Iowa and Minnesota. Now Madison and areas to the east, not expect to see quite as much fog, but could still see some patchy fog. For the low temperature forecast, we are going to see the clouds break a little bit, especially for areas right around Madison, and we are going to see the temperatures drop a little bit further because of that, so we'll see lows in the middle 20s. Tomorrow, the breaks from the clouds are expected to continue. We'll see a good amount of sunshine, especially during the afternoon hours, with highs in the middle to upper 30s, and we are going to continue to see those temperatures at least in the middle 30s for the rest of the week. Could get into the lower 40s for Wednesday and Thursday. Now, as you look at the precipitation forecast, we're not going to see any precipitation tonight or tomorrow, but tomorrow night we could see some light rain or snow move into our area. It's going to be very brief, although it could last into Tuesday morning. Certainly not going to see any accumulation, and it should clear out of our area by Tuesday afternoon. And after that, we are going to be completely dry for the rest of the week, just expecting to see some on and off cloud cover. And we are going to see quite a bit of sunshine throughout the week, especially as we head towards the end of the week. So here's a look at the precipitation chances. Very small chance Monday night and Tuesday, and then pretty much no chance as we head towards the end of the week and next weekend. Looking a bit further towards beyond the 10-day forecast, this is 8 to 14 days. It looks like we may start to see some precipitation get into our area. This will likely occur towards the end of next week, so kind of around 12 days from now. So for the most part, in the near future, we're still going to be very dry. This could obviously change. It is still nearly 2 weeks out in advance, but it also looks like if we do see precipitation, it will be in the form of rain, as temperatures will remain mild, possibly even warmer than what we're going to see for the next 10 days. So here's a look at the full 7 to 10 day forecast. It's going to be very calm, pretty nice considering the time of the year. Temperatures will be above average. The average high is supposed to be in the upper 20s. We're going to be in the upper 30s, possibly lower 40s. And this is really the first week in a while where we are going to see some pretty calm conditions. Now, for the most part, we aren't going to see that precipitation, but we could see it towards the end of next week, but that's beyond the 10-day forecast. Honestly, I think we can all just sit back and enjoy this weather, especially after how crazy it's been the last 2.5 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're definitely catching a break. The snow is one thing, but those cold temps were absolutely brutal. I'm happy we finally got.
And it was right after all that snow, so there was just a ton of snow sticking around. I am a huge fan of snow, but I was never I was never a big, or I can't.
Big fan of the cold?
I was never a big fan of the cold, but I've never been more annoyed with the snow. That's what I was trying to say. Than I was the last week, where the snow was just staying on the roads. That was rough. I'm glad that's over with. Sorry, I couldn't speak for a moment.
It's all good. It happens to the best of us. Thank you. And coming up in sports, it's Championship Sunday in the NFL. Andrew fills you all in on the action from the day next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Plus, get free fitness training. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Choose FlexBuy on an Escape or Bronco Sport with 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Plus, get free fitness training. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
AJ Storr grew up right down the road in Rockford, but when it came time for college, he
he shipped east for St. John's. As a sophomore, though, Storr transferred home to Wisconsin and has taken his Badgers on a rocket ship this season. After scoring 28 points against Michigan State, Storr's averaging 20 points in his last 4 games, and incredibly has scored double digits in 18 of his 20 games this season. Now, I would say that Storr's one of the Big Ten's best players this year, but legendary coach Tom Izzo took that a step further.
I've seen a lot of really good players in this league, and I've had a lot of good players in this league. He's, you know, don't want to jinx him because he seems like a great kid, but he's one of the better players I've seen here.
He knows where the basket is. I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about take care of all these other little things that we help him get better with. But finding the basket is not a weakness of his.
Really just focus on the team, you know, us going far in the season and just keep on winning in the Big Ten and whatever happens after that.
Well, if you missed it yesterday, Jordan Love was at the Marquette men's basketball game. Now, I would think that the Badger fans out there would rather see him at the Kohl Center, but either way, for Shaka Smart, the Madison area native, seeing Jordan Love on the sidelines for his games, I mean, come on, does it get much cooler than that?
One other thing, my favorite quarterback was in the house. I love Jordan Love, and I never really, you know, since I got into coaching, have watched much NFL. But I watch the Packers now because of him.
And of course, it was Championship Sunday today in the NFL. Chiefs and Ravens gave us a marvelous game to start. How about a tie game at 7 apiece? Chiefs looking to get that lead, and they do. Isaiah Pacheco runs angrily into the end zone. The Chiefs go on to win at 17-7. They've made 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls. And then the 49ers, they were trailing the Lions 24-7 at halftime, stormed their way back. Let me know if that sounds familiar, Packers fans. The Niners come back to win it 34-31 the final. The Super Bowl in Vegas is a rematch of Super Bowl 54. It'll be Chiefs 49ers. How does Luke Fickell spend his NFL championship Sunday? Well, watching Wisconsin wrestling. Just like the rest of us, our Eric Barnett, one of the best wrestlers in the country, gets us started, and look at that takedown. That would be enough to get Barnett the win, and the Badgers start out hot. And then later, how about Dean Hamady, yet another marquee name on this Wisconsin wrestling roster. He gets a takedown of his own. This one was about as hard fought as they come, but Hamady gets the victory. As for the Badgers, they would lose the dual meet to Nebraska. 28-9 is your final score. And a really fun and exciting day in the NFL. I think a lot of people around here, myself included, would have rather seen the Packers playing today. But if they couldn't, it was a really entertaining day.
Absolutely. I know it's pretty early. A lot can change between now and the Super Bowl, but just an early pick. Who do you have? Who are you leaning towards?
You know, I've been saying it these last couple weeks. I've really been saying it all year. No matter what it looks like on the roster or on paper or whatever, it's really hard to bet against, as you said yesterday, the inevitability of Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Well, thank you, Andrew. We'll be back with more after this.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thanks.
And those kicks.
Yeah, I got all this at the Salvation Army.
Wait, there's one here in town?
Yeah, I'll take you.
I'm in.
You're gonna love it.
All right. That's it? Brand new?
Now's your chance to save big on brand name clothes, the latest housewares, and brand new shoes.
Running shoes. Air fryers too?
The grand opening of the Salvation Army in Madison, February 2nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! all. Huddle up. Do you need to get your eyes checked?
Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy.
Hut. Come on, Michael, you got this. Come on, turn. Michael, catch. I can see. You did it. I did it.
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-6922. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-6922 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Meet a local veteran helping others in the spirit of service. Monday at 6.
The Chiefs ended up getting it done, but can we talk about the NFC Championship and the fireworks of that game?
It was unbelievable. You talk about the Lions getting out to this incredible lead. This whole story with Dan Campbell and the Lions and Detroit, and it all comes crashing and burning down. Kind of like how it did with the Packers last week, but it was really, it was a little bit different.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It felt like both games, at least towards the end, it was more about the losing team losing the game. Like the Lions fumbling the ball, the drop passes, going for it on fourth down and missing. And with the Ravens, the 2 red zone turnovers. You know,
a one-score game.
And it seemed like both those turnovers in the red zone, it was just bad plays. Like it was a bad pass. The fumbles are hard to quantify unless it's like a strip sack by a quarterback. So it they were definitely good games. I like that they were close, but it would have been nice to see like it just felt like it was more like those teams lost it.
Yeah, across the
board. Seemed like in the fourth quarter, it's just like the Ravens and Lions just kind of lost the game more than the other teams won it. But congrats to both teams. I got the Chiefs. It's hard to go against them.
Who do you have?
I got the Chiefs.
All right. We're going to go 3 in a row. I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you for making it a great evening.